Okay, let's start writing our very first program. Let's open our engine project again, and let's start with including the engine header file. And for that we type in include lunar moon. And as you can see, it easily can find the header file. Let's now create a pointer of the engine. I hope you are familiar with shared pointers. This is new to C++11, and one of the benefits is really that you don't need to call delete on this pointer. So next we should do is to remove this one here. We don't need it anymore. Let's then initialize the engine by calling the init function. We can do this by typing in engine init, and here we can choose an application name. Let's choose engine framework app. Then we should rebuild this application to check if everything works. Okay, looks good to me. So the first thing we wanted to add is the program loop, and we will do this by adding a while loop. And as parameter we choose engine poll event. And this function will poll for any events like mouse events, keyboard events, or screen events, and so on. And the interesting thing really is that one iteration here is going to represent one frame on screen. So everything that's inside this while loop will be executed once per frame. And every frame should have a begin instruction and an end instruction, and this engine comes with these functions already. So just type in begin frame and end frame, and in between those two functions here we should draw the frame, and for that we have the draw frame function. But this draw function here actually returns a result, and we should catch the result here. And of course we need to define a result variable. Let's set this one to LE, no error, at the beginning. And instead of passing 0 here, we should pass result. In addition to that, we also want to check the result here. So in case something went wrong, we want to leave the while loop. By the way, LE no error is defined as 0 and will always be returned by any engine function if everything worked as expected. So that was part 1. This is a basic program loop. Let's now rebuild the application. And that looks good. Another feature we wanted to add is the possibility to leave the program by pressing the escape button, because what we have now actually is that the program would run endlessly, because if no error would occur, then the program will not terminate. So if the escape button is being pressed, we would like to leave the program, and we can do this by typing in engine. Then we choose keyboard and we call has event. And what we want is SDL key down, which is the event, which by the way is being requested by this function. And then we want to pass the actual key. In this case it's SDL K escape. And all we need to do here is to add a break. This will leave the while loop and will end the application. Let's now test our program, because it should work now. So first let's rebuild it. That looks good again. And let's run it actually. And I hope you can see a black screen now. And I'm pressing escape now, and here we are again, and as you can see, the application terminated. By the way, if you scroll up here a little bit, you can see the moon here and the version of this engine. Let's now add our last feature here, and let's change the background color. And this can easily be done by typing in engine and set background color. And here we can pass a color value, and I chose this color here. This should be a dark blue. So let's test it. And as you can see, that's kind of a gray blue something, but it works. So congratulations, you just wrote your first basic program using the engine.